Why do I feel like because we're
drummer.
talking one of these mics, I have to talk like this now?
It's because of Parks and Recreation.
This is part of my new
mic voice. Check 1.
Welcome.
Fresh out the box. Stop. Look and watch. Ready yet? Get set. It's
The Following Podcast.
Eat my short. Not the mama. Not the mama.
Goodbye.
Is that your fake voice?
That's what we're supposed to be doing, right? Is this going okay?
Yes.
I really don't feel like...
I know you don't feel like it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Is it going to be better when there's music under it?
There's not going to be music. This
This is what it's going to
This
sound
is
like.
it.
Yeah, this
This
is what
is it.
podcasts sound like.
You really think people are actually going to listen to this?
I don't, but Ashley does.
Okay. You're just going to have to edit some
Have
of
I
this
ever
out.
been wrong? Just kidding. Don't answer that. Okay, so
Okay.
people don't know like what you guys do.
We are...
I'm Ben.
I'm Luke. We're the Garrison twins.
Yes.
Can I go into something real quick while we're on the subject
Garrison
of
Brothers.
who we are?
By all means.
Ben hates being described as a twin.
I just don't understand why I can't be an individual.
I mean-
What does everybody think? The second that you say twin, it's like instantly like,
Oh, they're the same person.
Yeah, we are.
we're not.
Oh. I think we're a lot alike. We even part our hair the same way.
We didn't used to. You started copying me.
Well, I thought it looked better.
Yeah, Luke, have you been changing your part?
No.
Oh, okay. It does look different lately.
I'm using a new product.
Are you really?
I am.
How exciting.
Yes. I use a spray glue instead of a gel glue. It makes it a lot less hard. And then there's like this stuff that you can put in that you rub together in your hands. And yeah.
So getting back to where you think that I'm a terrible person.
No, I didn't say that. I said that you hate being a twin.
No, I don't. I don't hate being a twin. I love being your brother. It's great.
No.
We're brothers,
You love being
though.
my brother.
Yes.
We're you don't love being my twin brother.
I don't like the I don't like the bias
The bias.
that's brought up against this twin mentality.
You think there's a twin bias out
yes,
there?
people think twins are weird.
So explain that to me. Like what kind of think twins are weird? Like Bob's Burgers, like the identical twins on that.
Look
that
at
are holding
every set
hands,
of
or
identical twins in every movie and TV show ever.
Okay, that's Hollywood. We, you and I can fix all of that.
We're gonna break the mold.
We're gonna break the mold. We could do it together.
I don't know. I think when I hear twins, I think two guys that are dressed alike, holding hands, walking down a aisle together.
Yeah. Well,
That's not us.
oh,
Other than when we do that scene from
the scene from what?
from The Shining that we did with Josh.
We literally
We were standing down the hall
and
wearing
we were
the
being
same thing,
stereotypical
holding hands.
stereotypical twins. So, apparently, you're right. I mean, in The Shining, that's what the twins are, and
Right.
they are spooky and scary.
Hollywood.
There's probably a whole group of people out there that have a phobia toward twins.
Probably.
Is there a twinophobia?
I don't know. I don't know what that phobia would be called.
I don't know. Ashley's pulling it up. Let's see.
Oh, Didymophobia.
A Didymophobia. So if you're out there and you're scared of Ben and I, it's because you have Didymophobia, which is the fear of twins.
Didymophobia, an irrational fear of twins.
So what you're saying is that out there, you don't want to be called a twin because you're afraid of people that people
No,
have.
listen to this.
Oh.
Is twin anxiety a thing? In this case, twins feel socially comfortable when accompanied by their twin pair. However, it may result in experiencing anxiety when the twins are separate.
Yeah.
Additionally, attracting more attention as twins in society may cause more anxiety in social environments where you're not with your twin.
It seems that you and I are on opposite ends of that.
You apparently are the...
I'm anxious when we're not together, and you're anxious when we are.
I don't think that there's never any piece of me that's anxious. I'm just like, Mom, she was always real worried about making sure that we were treated as individuals.
Correct.
which I think is important. I think that you should have your own identity, and it shouldn't
but
all
let's be-
surface around the idea of being a twin.
But let's be square there, because Mom, although she was focused on giving us individuality, she didn't make it completely individual. It was like I was in a blue shirt and you were in a red shirt, but they were the same shirt.
No, I wore blue.
Okay, well,
B blue, B Ben. That's how she had people tell us apart.
Got it. Well, even still, it wasn't like we weren't sitting back to back
No,
all
no,
of
but
our
that
lives
wasn't- that
opening the same exact Christmas
That was
present.
that, but that was Dad. Mom was actively against that.
Oh, really? I'm sure. I'm sure she really worked to advocate
That's
against
just
that.
for that was just for, But we did. I mean, and you were worse about it than I was as far as finding your own individuality.
Yeah, I know, but that's the thing is I might have been that way growing up, but since we landed, I just kind of maybe I just like you better. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe it's
I don't know.
I think we should just teeter a little longer on why you hate being a twin.
I don't. I told you I don't hate being a twin. It's weird to introduce ourselves as the Garrison twins. Like, that's strange.
Well, now that said, we own a production company.
We do.
Small town, Ponca City, Oklahoma, but we do productions all over the United States.
Yes.
And really in our world, being brothers or being twins is actually very, very common for production teams.
Sure. I think if we called ourselves the Garrison brothers, that would go inside with the Warner brothers or the Harmon brothers or some of the other various brother
The
organizations.
Disney brothers that started when they started Disney.
But they didn't say the Disney twins or the Warner twins or the
who are
Harmon
the brothers that
twins.
did Stranger Things?
I don't know.
And I'm pretty sure there are brothers that participated in the Marvel works.
Okay, but I get what you're saying, but
Uh-huh.
why does any of this come back to me hating being a twin?
Well,
'Cause
I'm
I
just
don't.
saying you
No.
would rather be acknowledged as a brother.
No, I'm just saying that it takes that negative connotation out.
Right.
That people get of the weird mentality about twins.
Right. So I think that you have a twin bias. I think that your bias against
I
twins.
developed my own
You've
twin
developed
bias.
you assume that everybody has this weirdness about twins when in reality there's a phobia, but it's kind of like bird phobia, right? Not everybody actually hates or dislikes birds.
I don't. You keep saying
The large
hates.
majority
Hate is a very
no
strong
I'm
term.
not saying that you hate them. I'm saying that
You just said I'm
think-
the one with the bias.
Well, I said you had a bias, not a phobia. You assume everybody thinks twins are weird.
No, I don't. I assume that some people think twins are weird.
And the minority,
How many people think brothers are weird?
lots of people,
None people think brothers are weird.
really just depends on brother. What do you think people thought about Hitler's brother? You think they thought he was normal?
That is
I don't think so.
That doesn't.
Oh my God.
There's
I mean-
no part of that makes any sense.
Why?
Because Hitler's brother probably was pretty normal. I don't hear a
I'm
whole
pretty
lot of
sure he
articles
was a
read about
Nazi.
Hitler's brother.
Did Hitler even have a brother?
Did he? I don't know. I think
I'm
he was
just-
an only child.
Listen, I'm just guessing. I'm just saying.
Listen, can I ask you something? Listen, I made a point, and you couldn't argue the point, so
Right.
you just went off into left field somewhere.
Okay, let me circle
I'm saying
back.
there are zero biases around being brothers.
If Luke can't win an
So-
argument, he's gonna rewrite history.
Let me.
Yes.
Let me.
No. Don't circle back.
I want to
let
circle.
Me, let me.
Okay.
We have just identified that there is a bias surrounded by being a twin that some people are scared of, and there is zero bias surrounded by being brothers that nobody are scared of. Right? That's what we just came to the
Okay.
nope. That's what we just came to the conclusion of. From a marketing standpoint,
Uh-huh.
would it not make more sense to take that very small percentage of people who think twins are weird out of the equation just by identifying yourself as brothers? And then if anybody actually does dig further into whatever it is,
Uh-huh. Do you want me to tell you something? If they can't accept us as twins, I don't want them. And that's how I feel about it.
Wow.
That 3% or 2% or 1% or 0.2% of people, that's the statistic. 0.0001% of people that are weirded out by twins, I don't want you. In fact, if you're listening to this podcast right now, be a part of our failure and don't listen again because I don't need you. I celebrate. Yes, I celebrate twins everywhere. Yeah. How do you feel about that?
slightly embarrassed.
Okay, so now that there's
I just
2 people listening
Now.
to the podcast,
Everybody stopped listening, and we're officially.
Wait, why aren't we talking about the
failed
people? Why aren't we
podcast.
talking about people that love twins? I think that there's probably an alternative. There's the other side of this
don't.
coin. Yes, there's people that are afraid of birds and people that love birds. Why don't we talk about the people that love twins?
I'm really worried about what Ashley would find in a search engine.
Yes,
if she-
don't
not
type that
typing
in.
that in.
My point is that there's always the flip side of the coin. There may be people that jump on tune into this podcast just because they know we're twins.
I don't.
Oh, they're twins? Podcast. Click in, cue in. Time.
Click in, Q in. The
Q-
fail-
Cue in now to the Failing Podcast.
Welcome to the Failing Podcast.
Welcome.
Click in and Q in.
Yeah, that's what it would.
What is a Q in?
A Q, the letter.
The letter Q and the letter N.
So what you do
So when
is
you get in,
hit-
you got a Q and an N.
Yes. You
And
click
that way we
Q.
know that's the secret
if you
password.
click
It's a
Q and
keyboard
in,
shortcut to listening to our
If
podcast.
you put Q
Straight
in the comment section, we'll know that
You listened this
you
long?
listened.
Huh.
So
Bless
Q
you.
in.
Bless you.
Q in, you twin lovers.
Q in. All right.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Let's just move. Let's move on.
Well, but I really want to finish talking.
Let's move on. Next. Should we say things like, oh, we'll be right back. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Well, I'm saying things for you to cut into if we need a break. All right, let's go ahead and let's take a break.
Let's take a break. Want to breathe? Let's breathe.
Let's take a break to breathe.
Ben and I have got to sort through some issues off mic, mostly because I'm furious.
We are gonna take a quick break,
Quick break. We might never come back.
and we're back.
I'm Luke. I'm married. I have 5 adorable children. I have 4 adorable children.
Are we introducing ourselves again?
I just-
I'm Ben.
You
I
want
have
to?
2
You
kids.
can.
I don't. What are we doing? What's
You
happening?
didn't even hear my joke.
4 adorable children.
How many children do I have?
5.
I'm Luke. I have 4 adorable children.
I'll leave you to determine which one.
You will know. Actually, the one that isn't adorable, it just depends on the day.
Is it Abby?
Today, Abby is not very adorable. She's my oldest. She's 16. All you dads out there, you know.
Ben, tell us about your family.
Well, I have a beautiful wife who is way out of my league. I only get told that every day, so it's obvious that it's a shared thought for most people. And I have 2 boys, one 10 and one almost 8. And
You're sharing a lot more than I did.
I have 2 beautiful kids. I'll let you guess which one's. It's not. It doesn't work as well as yours.
No, it doesn't. Don't you just notice that, you always have a favorite?
No.
Oh, it's just me then.
You,
My
you have a favorite kid?
Well, my favorite, it changes.
Really?
It changes with moments and days.
I don't think I've ever had a favorite.
Really?
If I'm being honest, honest, deep down honest
Yes.
with myself, I love them both equally but differently.
See, I would say I love them, yes, but I love them all. I love them all equally and differently. But I like one of them more than the others all the time. There's always one, and it's not the same one. It trickles.
I
there's
tend to
always
like my,
one
I
in
tend
a
to like
season.
my 8-year-old less when he ends up in my bed.
Well, there you have it. See, and so therefore,
But I
there's one
think
that outranks the
I
other.
just don't like what he did, not him as a person.
I think that the classic answer for dads and moms everywhere is always, oh, no, I love them all the same. But the honest truth is, while you do love them all the same, there is always going to be a time when you enjoy one more than the other, or enjoy a couple more than the others. In my case, I got 5 kids. And so there are definitely times that my youngest...
I don't think that's the same as liking one better than or having a favorite, though.
No, I'm not. It
You
is.
literally said
it is having
favorite
it
earlier.
is having a favorite, a favorite at even given time. I'm saying that it might not be your favorite forever, but it's definitely your favorite in the moment.
How often are you switching out favorites?
Okay, think about it this way: you have 5 friends, you love all 5 of your friends, but there's a particular point that you're going to hang out with one friend and enjoy that one friend more for a season. And then maybe a trickle back and another friend is coming in and you're enjoying them for a season and they trickle back. It's the same thing with your children. there are always times that one of them being just a little bit of a jerk, right?
Well, I disagree, but I feel like I need more time to establish my opinion.
So
Like
over the
I
next,
feel like you have really you've hit this and you've thought this out well. And I guess my thought process is I'm trying to compare it to other things that I have favorite categories in.
okay, let me give you a different. Can I give you another one? You love Mexican food.
I do.
Okay, you love all Mexican food. You love Mexican food.
I my waistline would agree with you. Yes.
Okay. So you love Mexican food. Okay. You got your quesadilla. Oh, who doesn't love a quesadilla?
I don't know anyone.
You got your fajitas. Okay. Go great fajitas. Every once in a while, you're gonna want to do a nice thing. You can build it yourself. You got a whole thing that you can do with it. You got your
hungry just thinking.
enchiladas. You got. I mean, you got your. I don't know, some other Mexican food. Burritos, thank you. Tacos,
nachos.
Now, consider you have all of these options before you.
Yes.
Now, when you go into your local Mexican restaurant, your favorite restaurant, okay?
Taco Bell.
Do you always get do you always get the exact same meal?
Yes.
No.
I mean, no.
No. Now, you might for a while, you might go, man, that quesadilla, I love that quesadilla. It's my favorite. And then you're eating that fajita quesadilla, and you're doing it week after week after
Now it's
week.
a fajita quesadilla.
Well,
A second
I mean,
ago, it's just a regular quesadilla.
So you're eating your quesadilla, but then all of a sudden you say, you know what? I'm going to change it up because I'm missing all my other Mexican foods.
Okay, hold on.
So
hold
your
on,
favorite
hold on, no.
changes.
Here's the problem. It was never your favorite to begin with.
Absolutely.
It was just one that you may have favored.
Exactly.
It wasn't your favorite.
Uh,
You just favored it.
so your issue is the word favorite. It's not that you actually have something
No, I
that
think
you're
a favorite
favoring.
I think a favorite would constitute something that is a lifelong or generational hold.
Okay.
Like spaghetti and meatballs.
Right.
Has long been a favorite food of mine.
Yes.
In fact, if somebody's making spaghetti and meatballs, I will show up to your house.
Okay, so
and I'll probably eat it until I'm sick and then eat some more because it's that delicious. It's my favorite food. And I'll tell you something about that.
yes,
It hasn't changed
I know it hasn't. That's true. That's very true.
in years.
Okay, but I'm saying that in that situation, you absolutely love spaghetti and meatballs, but there's nothing else in that category. I mean,
Yes, there's other pastas.
Okay, so you might put it
Lasagna,
against
chicken
okay,
Alfredo.
Okay, but you might put it against all of these other pastas that are out there, and you wouldn't particularly choose any of those other pastas. But that would be like, Joseph and the favorite coat, right?
Technicolor Dream
the
Coat.
coat of many colors. Joseph and the coat of many colors. And he has 12 brothers. And no matter what, he is favored. He's favored above all things. He's the prized son.
Right, for generations.
That's not the situation we're talking about here. We're talking about
That's
favorite.
what favorite means.
No, favorite over a long period of time. I said a favorite over a short period of time.
I really feel like we wasted.
I think what Luke's saying is likability.
Yes,
Not
over a time,
love.
over just a small.
I'm not saying anything about love. You
I
love
said
them
you
all
love
equally.
them all equally.
You can like them, I guess, differently, but I don't think that points
You
to.
can like
I
one
don't
more
think
than
that
another for a short period of time.
But that's not favorite.
It's
Ashley, can you type in the definition of favorite, please?
Yes. Give me 1 second. Favorite, preferred before all others of the same kind. A person or thing that is especially popular or particularly well liked by someone.
So there's no length of time attached.
There is no length of time attached. You can favor something for a very short period of time.
I still don't like it.
Can you have a lot of best friends?
Yeah.
Can you have many best kids?
I mean, I guess you can if you're a terrible person.
Color me terrible. There are times in life, in childhood, where kids are jerks.
That's true.
They bounce back and
They're
forth
just
through
little
that.
balls of
and I
sin.
mean, yes, well, and of course they are because they're sinful. They need Jesus.
Not
But
sanctified.
there are times when it seems worse than better.
Yeah, I agree with
And
that.
I'm sure that we'll get into more of that.
In future
in
episodes.
future episodes.
On the Failing Podcast, sponsored by Speak Now Productions.
Yep. What else do we got, Ash?
Did you have a favorite toy of the 90s?
We had several favorite toys in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Power Rangers are probably up there. They had
Easily.
Power Ranger action figures. That these are some of the best, literally the best toys ever made. And that's the thing is, toys these days are not made like toys of yesteryear.
In fact, they're even going back and remaking some of the toys from the old molds and putting them on the shelves.
Yeah,
at
and that's because of people like us that will
Walmart
buy
and
them.
Target and things like that.
They will. We'll buy them up. Power Rangers back, the old school Power Rangers, there was one Christmas particularly that we woke up on Christmas morning, came down, and underneath the Christmas tree was every single Power Ranger and their droid.
Yeah. No, their Zord.
Their Zord. I'm sorry, scratch that. And their Zord.
Yes.
And when you put them all together, when you had it, it would create the Megazord. And I feel like we were probably the most giddy we had ever been on a Christmas morning.
That was a pretty good. That was the year we got the trampoline too.
Yeah.
Now, do you remember those Power Rangers where you could squeeze the legs together and their head would flip around?
Yes,
So you
they
could
were-
morph them.
They were amazing. It's morphin' time. They'd flip. Yes.
Yep.
And then I remember coming down and opening up those presents on that Christmas morning, and Dad coming out. Well, I guess I should say before we opened the presents that Christmas morning, because we got the trampoline that Christmas too. And Dad had come out and he has like his hand is all bandaged.
Yeah.
And we're like, Dad, what happened to your hand? He's like, don't worry about it. Merry
Nothing.
Christmas.
Merry
Oh,
Christmas.
Oh,
There we are.
Oh, Merry.
We both have the same dad voice.
And of course, we're like, okay.
He
No-
says, no, don't worry about it.
no
we don't worry about
concern
it.
at all.
That's it. That's over.
We're not even worried about it. So
Yeah,
we go
he-
down and open all of our presents. And then we find out, like, we don't know about the trampoline at that point in time.
No.
And he's like, there's one more present out in the backyard. So we're like,
Let's see what we can
what?
find.
And Mom's like, okay, boys, don't rush. You know, as we're all like racing toward the backyard. And we open it up, and there she is, the trampoline. It's beautiful. And, of course, we all pile onto it, all four of us at the same time. And Dad says, no,
One at a time.
only one person jumping at a time.
And no flips.
Like, wow, you literally just
We're
took
gonna-
all of the fun
we're
out
gonna-
of this thing that you bought us.
What you get to do is jump straight up and down in
That's
the
right.
center of the trampoline.
Yes. I'm sure liability was high at that point.
Those were the rules.
No.
But what it turned out was Dad had the night before gone outside to set the trampoline up, and it was raining.
torrential.
He was in a downpour putting together a trampoline
Because he wanted us to have it.
because he wanted us to have it Christmas morning, it to be put together. And in the midst of that, he was pulling a spring back, and it let go, and it cut his whole hand open.
It slid him from wrist all the way up to
His
index
finger.
finger.
And so
So he had to go to the
he had to go
ER.
to ER, get stitches. And when we had woken him up for Christmas, he had slept for 20 minutes.
Yeah, he had just gotten home and gotten to bed and just fallen asleep. But yeah, he spent several hours in the ER and then came home, finished putting the trampoline together, went upstairs, went to bed, and we woke him up 20 minutes later.
Yeah.
And he's still, I mean, like, man,
He's
my-
bouncing.
our
Dad-
dad, he's great. He didn't miss a beat.
No, and Dad at Christmas, particularly,
Yes.
Christmas with Dad was always a happy time.
It still is.
And you know, Mom was good too, but she was loving and caring and loved Christmas, but Dad had a special spot for Christmas. It was
Still
like,
does.
and still does to this day. He cares for Christmas deeply. And you know, and I mean, for several reasons, you know, I think it was a happier time during his childhood, and you know, and obviously, you know, because it celebrates the
Lord.
birth of our Savior, and you know, and he loves the Lord, and he's pushed a lot of that onto us. You know, now we. Through him and through his spirit in the midst of that, love Christmas just as much as he did, and try to impress it upon our kids and make it special and fun. But
So we're a bunch of gift givers.
Oh, yeah.
That's our love language.
yeah. So that'll be great for our Christmas podcast episode.
No, I think this is great.
Let's finish this episode with our phrase of the week. Today's phrase, eat my shorts.
Eat my shorts.
Tell me about that phrase, Luke.
Eat my shorts was popularized by the TV series The Simpsons, where it was a catchphrase of Bart Simpson.
Right.
if anybody remembers that.
If you can think of a way to incorporate Eat My Shorts into one of your conversations this week, I feel bad for the person on the receiving end.
That's true, especially if they are eating your shorts.
It's quite the sign-off.
Yes.
So, eat our shorts, everyone.
Eat
Have
our
a
shorts.
Good week. Talk to you soon.
Thanks for listening.
In queuing out.
Queuing out. Queuing out.
Reviewing podcast.
Eat my short. Not the mama, not the mama.
Goodbye.
Wake up.